Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to share with you today could be the most important message you will ever hear about creating lasting success and abundance in your life. If you had $1 million to invest right now, where would you put it? In stocks? Real estate? Maybe a business venture? Now, what if I told you that you are walking around with something far more valuable than $1 million? Something that, when properly invested in, could generate returns that would make Wall Street jealous. 25 years ago, I was sitting in a small apartment, drowning in debt, barely making ends meet. I tried everything, working longer hours, looking for better jobs, even starting small side businesses, but nothing seemed to work. Then one evening, while counting pennies to buy groceries, I had a revelation that changed I was looking for wealth in all the wrong places. The turning point came when I realized that the greatest investment opportunity wasn't in the stock market or real estate. It was in myself. I started investing just 1 hour each day in personal development. 1 hour became 2, then 3. I began reading books about success, attending seminars when I could afford them, and most importantly, implementing what I learned. Within 6 months, my income doubled. Within a year, it quadrupled. But here's what's fascinating. My circumstances hadn't changed. My job was the same. The economy was the same. The only thing that changed was my investment in myself. Right now in this room, each of you is sitting on a gold mine of untapped potential. Your mind, your skills, your abilities, they're like diamonds waiting to be polished. The tragedy is that most people will go their entire lives without realizing this truth. They will spend thousands of dollars on their cars, their homes, their clothes, but hesitate to invest even a fraction of that amount in their own development. Every dollar, every minute you invest in yourself multiplies your potential return on investment in every other area of your life. When you become better, everything around you becomes better. Your relationships improve, your income grows, your opportunities expand. The most successful people I've met and worked with all share one common trait. They're continuous, lifelong investors in themselves. They understand that personal development is not a destination. It's a journey that never ends. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to become your own best investment banker. I will share with you the specific strategies and principles that have transformed not just my life, but the lives of thousands of others who have applied them. And I promise you this, if you take action on what you learn today, your life will never be the same. Every person who created extraordinary success started exactly where you are right now. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is the investment you are willing to make in yourself. And that journey begins right here, right now, as we explore the greatest asset you will ever own. The greatest asset you will ever own is not listed on any stock exchange. You can't buy it on Wall Street, and you won't find it in any real estate listing. Your greatest asset is sitting right between your ears. It's your mind, your potential, and your capacity for growth. Look at your hand for a moment. Scientific research has proven that the average human brain contains enough neural connections to hold 5 times more information than all the printed material in the Library of Congress. Think about that. You possess more potential right now than you could use in 100 lifetimes. The question is not whether you have the capacity for success. The question is whether you are ready to tap into it. I remember meeting a young salesperson several years ago. She was struggling, making just enough to survive. When I asked her about her goals, she told me she wanted to double her income. I asked her why not 10 times more. She looked at me like I was crazy. 6 months later, after investing heavily in herself, she didn't just double her income. She multiplied it by 8. The only thing that changed was her belief in what was possible. Most people dramatically undervalue themselves. They set their goals too low. They dream too small. They accept mediocrity because they have been programmed to believe that's all they deserve. But here's the truth. The only limits on your potential are the ones you accept in your own mind. Why do people undervalue themselves? It starts with their environment. In an early age, we are taught to play it safe, to not stand out, to accept our lot in life. We hear phrases like be realistic or that's not for people like us. These messages become deeply embedded in our subconscious mind, creating invisible barriers to our success. It operates exactly like compound interest in your bank account. Every small investment you make in yourself compounds over time. When you read a book, attend a seminar, learn a new skill, you are not just adding to your knowledge, you are multiplying your potential. If you improve yourself just 1% each day, in 1 year, you will be 365% better. That's the power of compound personal growth. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a year, but drastically underestimate what they can achieve in 5 years of consistent self-investment. I worked with a business owner who started investing 30 minutes every morning and reading about his industry. Just 30 minutes. Within 3 months, he was spotting opportunities his competitors missed. Within 6 months, he was implementing innovative strategies that set his business apart. Within a year, his profits had increased by 40, all from a simple daily investment of 30 minutes. The fascinating thing about investing in yourself is that unlike other investments, you can never lose this capital. The stock market can crash, real estate can decline, businesses can fail, but the knowledge, skills, and capabilities you develop are yours forever. Not only that, but they appreciate in value over time as you find new ways to apply them. It has a multiplier effect across every area of your life. When you improve your communication skills, it doesn't just help you in business. It enhances your relationships, your ability to parent, your effectiveness in any situation. When you develop your leadership abilities, you become a better manager, a better partner, a better friend. Most people don't realize that every major breakthrough in their lives will come from a breakthrough in their thinking. Every external success is preceded by an internal victory. Every achievement is first won in your mind before it becomes reality. The most successful people in the world understand this principle. They know that their most valuable asset is not their bank account, their business, or their connections. It's their capacity for growth. That's why they invest so heavily in themselves. They read voraciously, attend seminars, seek out mentors, and constantly push themselves to learn and grow. You might be thinking, but what if I fail? What if I invest in myself and don't get the results I want? Here's the truth. The only real failure is the failure to invest in yourself. Every seeming failure when you are growing is actually feedback, showing you what to adjust, what to improve, what to do differently next time. Right now, you are standing at a crossroads. You can continue doing what you have always done, getting the results you have always gotten. Or you can make the decision right here, right now, to become an aggressive investor in yourself. And when you make that decision, something remarkable happens. The universe begins conspiring to help you succeed. Now, let me show you exactly where to focus your investment for maximum returns. There are 7 critical areas of self-investment that, when developed together, create unstoppable momentum in your life. These 7 areas of self-investment are like the pillars of a magnificent building. When you strengthen all of them consistently, you create an unshakable foundation for extraordinary success. The first and most crucial area is your mental development. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant will grow. When you feed your mind with positive, empowering information, you create new neural pathways that literally reshape your reality. Start every morning with at least 30 minutes of reading. I have interviewed hundreds of successful people, and nearly every one of them has this habit. They read biographies of great achievers, books on their industry, materials that expand their thinking. One CEO I worked with read 50 books a year. When I asked him how he found the time, he said, "I don't find time. I make time. It's non-negotiable." Your physical health is your second pillar, and it's absolutely critical. You cannot perform at your peak if your energy is low. Think of your body as the vehicle that carries your dreams. Would you put low-grade fuel in a high-performance car? Of course not. Yet many people try to achieve their goals while neglecting their physical health. Start with small changes. Wake up 30 minutes earlier to exercise, drink more water, get proper sleep. One top performer I know credits his success to his morning routine of exercise and healthy breakfast. His energy levels soared, his thinking became clearer, and his productivity doubled. The third area is emotional intelligence, your ability to understand and manage your emotions and connect with others. In today's world, this is more valuable than IQ. I have seen brilliant people fail because they couldn't manage their emotions or build relationships. Start by becoming aware of your emotional triggers. Practice responding rather than reacting. Learn to listen, really listen to others. One executive I coached transformed her entire department simply by developing her emotional intelligence. Conflicts decreased, cooperation increased, and productivity soared. Your fourth investment area is skills and expertise. In today's rapidly changing world, your value in the marketplace is directly tied to your ability to solve problems. The more problems you can solve, the more valuable you become. Identify the key skills in your field and become excellent at them. One software developer invested 1 hour every evening learning new programming languages. Within a year, his income increased by 70. Why? Because he could solve problems that others couldn't. Relationships are your fifth area of investment, and they can multiply your success exponentially. Your network truly is your net worth. But here's the key. Focus on giving value first. Don't network. Build relationships. One entrepreneur I worked with made it his mission to help 3 people every day, expecting nothing in return. Within 2 years, his business had grown tenfold through referrals and opportunities that came from these relationships. Financial literacy is your sixth pillar. You must understand money, how to earn it, how to invest it, how to make it work for you. Many people work hard their entire lives but never learn these principles. Start with the basics. Understand compound interest. Learn about different investment vehicles. Study successful investors. One teacher I knew started investing just $100 a month while learning about financial markets. 10 years later, she had built a substantial investment portfolio while her colleagues were still living paycheck to paycheck. The seventh and final area is time management, but I prefer to call it life management. Time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours. The difference is in how we use them. Start by tracking your time for 1 week. You will be shocked at where it's really going. Eliminate time wasters. Focus on high-value activities. One business owner I worked with discovered he was spending 40% of his time on low-value tasks. When he delegated these tasks, his business grew by 150% in 1 year. These 7 areas work together synergistically. When you improve one area, it positively impacts all the others. Think of it like compound interest. Small improvements in each area multiply over time to create extraordinary results. I have seen people transform their lives by focusing on these 7 areas consistently. The key word here is consistently. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort. It comes from small, consistent investments over time. Start with just 15 minutes in each area every day. That's less than 2 hours total. But over a year, it adds up to over 600 hours of focused self-investment. Here's what's fascinating. As you invest in these areas, you will notice something remarkable happening. Opportunities will start appearing that you never saw before. Your confidence will grow, your energy will increase. People will begin treating you differently. Why? Because you are becoming different. You are becoming more valuable. I remember working with a middle manager who committed to developing all 7 areas. He started reading 30 minutes daily, exercising 3 times a week, practicing emotional intelligence at work, learning new skills in the evening, building relationships during lunch breaks, studying financial markets on weekends, and managing his time more effectively. Within 18 months, he had been promoted twice and doubled his income. The beautiful thing about investing in these 7 areas is that the returns are permanent. Unlike other investments that can be lost, the growth you achieve through personal development becomes part of who you are. No one can ever take it away from you. You must have a strategy. Random efforts produce random results. You need a systematic approach to investing in yourself, and that's exactly what I'm going to share with you next. The specific strategy for maximizing your return on personal investment. Success in life is not an accident. It's the result of following a specific strategy. Just like a master chess player thinks several moves ahead, you need to plan your personal development with precision and purpose. The first step in your investment strategy is creating a personal development plan that's as detailed as a business plan. Take out a piece of paper right now. Write down where you are today in each of the 7 areas we just discussed. Be brutally honest with yourself. Now write down where you want to be in 1 year. The gap between these 2 points is your area of investment. I remember sitting with a successful real estate investor. He wasn't always successful. He started as a janitor, but he did something remarkable. Every single day, he committed to improving himself by just 1%. That's all 1%. It sounds small, doesn't it? But here's the magic of the 1% principle. Small improvements compound dramatically over time. If you improve just 1% each day, after 1 year, you are not just 365% better. You are exponentially better because each improvement builds on the previous ones. This real estate investor started by reading just 10 pages every day about real estate. He listened to educational audio programs during his commute. He attended one real estate seminar every quarter. Within 3 years, he owned 12 properties. Within 5 years, he had built a real estate empire. You might be thinking, what if I invest in myself and fail? What if I am too old? What if I don't have enough time or money? These fears are normal. But here's the truth. The only real risk is not investing in yourself. Every successful person I have ever met has failed their way to success. They just failed forward, learning and adjusting as they went. I worked with a woman who was terrified of public speaking. She avoided it her entire career, and it was holding her back. Finally, she decided to face her fear. She joined a speaking club and committed to giving one speech every week, no matter how scared she felt. The first few speeches were terrible. She knew it, everyone knew it, but she kept going. 1 year later, she was promoted to a leadership position specifically because of her improved communication skills. Reading and continuous learning are the backbone of your investment strategy. The most successful people are invariably the most committed learners. They turn their cars into mobile universities, listening to educational audio programs. They read for at least 30 minutes every day. They attend seminars and workshops regularly. One CEO I know reads 50 books a year. That's one book per week. When I asked him about this habit, he said, knowledge is not just power, it's profit. You must apply what you learn immediately. Knowledge without action is merely entertainment. After every book you read, every seminar you attend, ask yourself, what one thing can I implement today? Then do it. Take action immediately. This is how learning becomes growth. The power of daily habits cannot be overstated. Your life today is the sum total of your habits. Want to change your life? Change your habits. Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one habit. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes each morning, or exercising, or planning your day. Focus on that single habit until it becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. I worked with a sales professional who made one small change in his habits. He committed to making 2 extra sales calls every day before leaving the office. Just 2 calls. It seemed insignificant. But over a year, those 2 extra calls per day resulted in 500 additional contacts. His sales increased by 47%. All from one small habit change. Your daily habits should support your investment in yourself. Create a morning routine that sets you up for success. The most successful people I know all have a powerful morning routine. They wake up early, exercise, read, plan their day, and invest in themselves before the world starts making demands on their time. Bad habits compound negatively over time, while good habits compound positively. Every time you choose to invest in yourself instead of watching television, every time you choose to read instead of scrolling through social media, you are creating compound interest in your personal development account. The strategy I am sharing with you is not just theory. It's been proven repeatedly by thousands of successful people. But it only works if you work it. You must be willing to do what others won't do today to have what others won't have tomorrow. Remember, no one ever regretted investing in themselves. No one ever looked back on their life and said, I wish I had learned less, grown less, or developed myself less. The investment you make in yourself today will determine the returns you get tomorrow, the next month, next year, and for the rest of your life. And speaking of returns, let me show you exactly how to measure and maximize your return on personal investment. Success leaves clues, and the most important clue is this. Everything measurable becomes manageable. Your return on personal investment is not just about feeling better, it's about seeing concrete results in every area of your life. The first step in measuring your progress is keeping a success journal. Every evening, write down your achievements, no matter how small. Track your daily investments in yourself. The books you have read, the skills you have practiced, the relationships you have built. I remember a banker who started this practice. After 3 months, he was amazed to discover patterns in his success. He noticed that his best deals always came after days when he invested heavily in personal development. Personal investment, it creates a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. When you improve yourself, everything around you improves. Your relationships become stronger. Your decisions become better. Your income increases. Your influence grows. I worked with a manager who invested in improving his communication skills. Not only did his team's productivity increase by 40%, but his marriage improved, his relationships with his children deepened, and his confidence soared. One investment created multiple returns. Most people hit an income ceiling because they've hit a personal development ceiling. Your income rarely exceeds your level of personal development. I remember meeting a salesperson who was stuck at $60,000 a year. For 3 years straight, Despite working harder and longer, she couldn't break through the ceiling. Then she made a decision to invest in herself. She studied top performers in her industry. She worked with a coach. She improved her skills daily. Within 6 months, she doubled her income. Within a year, she tripled it. The secret to breaking through income ceilings is to become more valuable. Your income is a direct reflection of value you bring to the marketplace. Want to earn more? Learn more. Contribute more? Solve bigger problems. The marketplace pays for value, and there's no limit to the value you can create. This leads us to creating multiple streams of value. In today's world, relying on a single skill or a single source of income is risky. The most successful people I've studied have developed multiple ways to add value and, consequently, multiple streams of income. One teacher I worked with started by writing educational materials in her spare time. Then she created online courses. Then she began consulting. Within 3 years, she had 4 different income streams, each one built on the foundation of her expertise. The exponential growth principle is what ties everything together. Most people think linearly, but success grows exponentially. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. At first, growth seems slow. You are reading books, attending seminars, developing skills, and maybe not seeing immediate results. But just like that snowball, you are building momentum. Then suddenly everything starts happening faster. I remember an entrepreneur who followed this principle. For the first year, his progress seemed minimal. He was investing in himself daily, reading, learning, growing, but his business wasn't growing as fast as he wanted. Then in month 13, everything changed. All the knowledge he had accumulated, all the relationships he had built, all the skills he had developed suddenly came together. His business tripled in the next 6 months. It's not linear. You might study for 20 hours to learn a new skill. That takes 5 minutes to execute, but saves you an hour every day for the rest of your career. That's exponential return. You might spend years developing expertise that allows you to solve a problem in minutes that others can't solve at all. That's exponential value. The returns on personal investment show up in unexpected ways. One executive I worked with invested in improving his decision-making skills. Not only did this lead to better business results, but he started sleeping better because he had more confidence in his choices. His stress levels decreased. His relationships improved, his health got better, all from one focused area of personal investment. Look at your life 6 months ago. Are you more valuable today than you were then? Do you have more skills, more knowledge, more capabilities, more relationships, more opportunities? If the answer is yes, you are on the right track. If the answer is no, it's time to increase your investment. Every person who achieved extraordinary success started with ordinary circumstances. The only difference was their commitment to continuous personal investment. They understood that the returns they got tomorrow would be determined by the investments they made today. And this brings us to the most important decision you will make in your life. The decision to become a lifelong investor in yourself. The decision to commit to continuous growth and development. The decision to become more so you can achieve more, contribute more, and live more. Right now in this moment, you are standing at a crossroads. Every great achievement, every remarkable success story, every extraordinary transformation began with a single moment of decision. This is your moment. Where will you be 5 years from now if you continue on your current path? Now, where could you be if you committed to becoming your own best investment? The gap between these two futures is determined by the decision you make today. 21 days. That's all it takes to create a new habit, to set yourself on a new trajectory, to begin your transformation. I am challenging you right now to make a 21-day commitment to yourself. For the next 21 days, invest at least 1 hour in yourself every single day. Read, learn, grow, develop your skills, build relationships, improve your health. I remember working with a young man who accepted this challenge. He was skeptical at first. 1 hour a day? I don't have time, he said. But he committed anyway. He started waking up 1 hour earlier each day. The first 2 days were hard. By day 7, it was getting easier. By day 14, he looked forward to this time. By day 21, it had become part of who he was. 1 year later, his income had doubled. 2 years later, he owned his own business. 3 years later, he was teaching others how to do what he had done. I want you to create a vision of your future self. See yourself 1 year from now, after consistently investing in yourself. See how you carry yourself differently. See how people respond to you differently. See the opportunities that are coming your way because you have become more valuable. This is not just positive thinking. This is your future reality if you commit to it. The most successful people I have ever met all share one common characteristic. They are absolutely clear about who they are becoming. They don't just hope for a better future. They invest in it daily. They understand that success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by becoming the person who deserves it. Let me tell you about Sarah. 5 years ago, she was working in a job she hated, living paycheck to paycheck, feeling stuck and frustrated, but she made a decision, the same decision I'm asking you to make today. She decided to become her own best investment. She started small, reading for 30 minutes each morning, listening to educational audio programs during her commute, attending one seminar every quarter. The first few months, nothing seemed to change externally, but internally, she was changing. Her confidence grew, her skills improved, her vision expanded. She started seeing opportunities she had never noticed before. After 6 months, she got her first promotion. After a year, she started her own side business. Today, she runs a successful company, speaks at conferences, and helps others transform their lives. Sarah's story is not unique. I have seen this transformation happen thousands of times. The only difference between those who transform their lives and those who don't is the decision to invest in themselves consistently. Take out your phone. Set a reminder for the same time every day. Your personal investment time. Guard this time like it's worth $1 million, because over your lifetime, it's worth far more than that. This is your time to invest in yourself, to grow, to become more valuable. Make a list of the books you will read, the skills you will develop, the relationships you will build. Write down your current reality and your desired future. The gap between these 2 points is your area of investment. Every day, take actions that close this gap. Remember, everything worthwhile in life comes from investment. Your relationships improve when you invest in them. Your health improves when you invest in it. Your wealth grows when you invest wisely. But the greatest investment you can make, the one that determines the quality of every other area of your life, is the investment you make in yourself. You are not just investing in yourself. You are investing in every life you will touch, every person you will influence, every dream you will achieve. When you improve yourself, you improve your family's future. You improve your community. You improve the world around you. The decision is yours. You can continue on your current path, getting the same results you've always gotten. Or you can make the decision right now to become your own best investment, to commit to continuous growth and development. To become more so, you can achieve more, contribute more, live more. Remember this moment. Years from now, you'll look back on this day as the moment everything changed. The moment you decided to take control of your future. The moment you committed to becoming the best version of yourself. The investment you make in yourself today will determine the life you live tomorrow. The time will pass anyway. The only question is, will you be a better, more valuable, more capable person when it does? The choice is yours. The time is now. Make the decision. Make the commitment. Make the investment. Your extraordinary future is waiting. Thank you. And remember, you are your best investment. Now go make it happen.